Hello, everybody. Welcome to the local pundit.
If it comes in, oh, what a goal!
Oh no! Celebrate! Are you kidding?
The Reds have choked up the league.
And on it, game is.
Well, hello everybody. That's my new favourite intro. I do love Josh's little short takes there. It is all funny. Welcome to the local pundit. Today is Tactical Fortitude. Well, boy, do we have something for you today. I'm very excited, but I'm very interested because someone else, we've got a special guest today, and he said, "Oh, would you like me to join the show?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely." And then this guy had a different opinion.
Yeah, fuck him. We don't like this guy.
Well, I'm going to override you because we do love our Paddy. How are you, Paddy?
Good evening, gentlemen.
What's up, buddy?
Now, to everybody, just a quick update. Victor has been very, very busy lately. He has a lot on. He has also been ill. He is hoping to be back next week. So our thoughts are out with you, Victor. You get yourself healthy, buddy. We will see you next week. And don't forget, mate, get your tips in this week. But anyway, we are here. Boys, today we are traveling this weekend. We are traveling away to Swansea. It is the Welsh Derby. And here to break it all down, I have Aaron and Paddy. So let's get into it, boys.
All right.
Big one this weekend.
Yes. It's going to be it's an interesting matchup because they are starting to pick up a little bit of form, you know. I think you and John talked about it last night, Ken. And you know, he kind of alluded to we might be playing them at the wrong time. You know, they're getting a little bit of excitement. You know, they're feeling good about their new manager, starting to turn things around a little bit. So they are coming off a loss, I believe, but that, you know, it's still been a decent run for them. So yeah, we got our work cut out for us. Another away game. I think a point's good. Like to get a win though. Really need to get some wins because we got some tough games coming. And when you're playing teams below you on the table, I think you want to start picking up some wins.
Couldn't agree more. Paddy, your thoughts? You think we're hitting them at the wrong time? How you feeling about this?
This is an interesting one. I think we can take it, but I wouldn't be surprised with a draw or a loss here. It's weird. Anything can happen in this game, particularly. But I think with a new manager, you know, things are not always as rosy as they look with the new manager bounce. So I wouldn't mind slapping them now and keeping them in their place.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, why don't we dive straight into it, boys? Why don't you get into Aaron, why don't you get us started? What do you got for us today?
All right. I got a slideshow put together. So we'll throw this up in here. Okay. Stat comparison. So let's just kind of go through, see what the stats say and how we compare between the two teams. So start off. This is kind of what I went with, I think, just from what I've looked at their manager and the teams he's kind of tended towards. And this is the starting lineup that I think he'll go with, given that he's had a week. And assuming all those guys are healthy, I know Key was at right back was possible. I know last game they played Galbraith at right back, but I think he prefers him. He's a midfielder. They prefer him as a midfielder, but so you know there might be a little switch up there. But I think if everybody's healthy, this is probably how he'll go. That's my guess anyway. And then this is form going into the game. So I think those 5 games are the 5 games he's been in charge. I don't think he had another game before that. So I think he lost his first 2, then won the next 2, which were 2 really important games against teams around them in the table. We weren't sure if Swansea was going to drop into a relegation fight or not. And I think when when you're playing teams down around there, they needed to get those wins, and they got 2 wins. You beat Oxford, beat Portsmouth, and then on the weekend they played Stoke, and Stoke was able to win that game. Really a pretty good game, and it was at Stoke. it was really, I mean, wasn't Stoke didn't walk away with it. You know what I mean? It wasn't an easy game. So it was a tight fought game.
So
I think
their
Stoke did.
form.
Yeah, Stoke did go up 2-0, but then
Mhm.
they showed some fight, got a goal, got back into it, and they sketchy, towards the end. So Stoke didn't walk through that one for sure.
Their form matches the table, really, doesn't it? They beat the teams below them and have lost the teams above them.
Right, fair. That's fair.
So they're
Yeah.
only
And then
beating
our
relegation
form,
teams, though. That's
well,
Sorry?
so far, but that's just true. I know what you're saying, but
yeah.
it's still when they were losing. If you look before that, I think they'd lost some. They lost a bunch in a row, they were doing really, but they fell off a cliff there when they fired, and then they fired their manager. Won a few games under an interim manager, I believe, and then when their new manager came in, I think those are the 5 games we're looking at. I don't
He
think
came
they
in
have.
for that video.
Yeah, so I think that's when it started. So they didn't get blown away in either of those 2 games. They were tied enough. So I'm not gonna, and then they got 2 big wins that they needed, and they lose to Stoke. And we played Stoke. I wasn't blown away by Stoke, but they beat us 1-0. So you know what I mean? It's a decent enough team. And then our form, I mean, obviously, we haven't won since the Bristol game, which I thought the Bristol game was a really good one. Draw Blackburn, draw Preston, lose an ugly one to Hull, and then the draw on the weekend, on the weekend against Watford, which we showed a little bit of fight. It was good to see the boys get back into a game after going down, where all season we've been up, and then we end up giving points away. So it was nice to come from behind and actually feel like you're gaining points instead of giving them away in a draw. But yeah. See, we got a bunch of people in the chat too. Who else in the chat here? We got Andrew C. Hello, Habs. What's up? Skizzy. Keep right on, lads. Oh my lord, one of those blue guys, one of those blue people. Esteban, Snoop Dogg versus Ryan Reynolds. And Esteban's in there. What's up, buddy? Habs is in there. Luka Modric and Snoop Dogg versus Ryan Reynolds and Rob Mack. Yeah, for sure. Who we taking? All right, this is a good. Who we taking in a game of 2-on-2 football? Are we taking Luka Modric and Snoop Dogg, or are we taking Ryan Reynolds and Rob Mack?
Yes.
To be fair, we're probably taking Luka Modric, right? But I think if Rob and Ryan just jump on Luka and just pound the hell out of him, Snoop Dogg's probably sitting on the sideline smoking a joint. So he's probably not going to score at all.
I was
right?
about to say Snoop Dogg could sit on the sidelines and smoke a joint.
He's smoking a joint, and we just beat up Luka. We might have a chance. The boys might have a chance.
Luka and Modric could take on the other 3.
Yeah, I think he could. I think he'd turn them all in circles. Good stuff, though. Yeah, so that Murray's in there. Nick Donnellan, what's up, buddy? What's up? Tactical Fortunals. Okay.
Well, big words. Big words. Can't handle big words.
There we go. All right. Let's see. Aaron, he would not be smoking a joint. He'd be smoking a blunt. There you go. You're right. You're absolutely right. Absolutely. Sipping on gin and juice too. Okay. let's keep going. All right. Top scorers. Okay. Vapotnik. He's a really good striker. He scored. These are all these stats are going to be league stats. So no cups or anything in there. Vapotnik scored 8. He's a really good striker. If you watch his movement, is really good. He can be pretty physical too. He's very like he's not a huge guy. He's not a big target man. I wouldn't classify him as that. He moves really well. But he's not like a little, a small striker either. He's something in between. He's very kind of like Smith was for us last season. You know what I mean? He can kind of do it all. He can do whatever you need him to. But he's a really good striker. So he's going to be dangerous. He's obviously by far their top scorer. Pereira plays on the wing. He's a really good player too. And then Galbraith in the midfield, their third highest scorer with 2. And of course, for us, Kiefer's on 8. We know what he can do. Windass on 6 and Lewis O'Brien on 3. So the one thing I would say about them, and I think I've got more stats kind of back this up a little later, but they don't score a ton of goals or haven't this season. We'll see if that continues. I think they look a little more threatening going forward now under this new manager, but right now they haven't. They've not scored a ton of goals. So
look, it's 22 goals. I mean, to be fair, it's only 4 goals less than us across 21 games.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's move on. Assists. Josh Timon, their left back, he was one that I tipped I wanted us to get as a left wing back. He's probably the best left back in the division, or he's right there. He's very good. I can't imagine they hold on to him after this season. Somebody's going to grab him. Maybe somebody higher in the division. It might be a championship move, but he's a very good left back. So I'd be surprised they hold on to him. Anusa, I think, is a winger. He's got 2 assists. Franco plays in the midfield. He's got 2 assists as well. Yeah, decent stuff. Similar to what we've got. We've got a bunch of players on 3 assists. We got a bunch of players on 2 assists too, if you went on down the list. But there's our top 3. Windass with 3, Kabore with 3, and Max with 3. So yeah, we're getting. So that's a striker / attacking midfielder with 3 assists, a wing back with 3 assists, and a defender with 3 assists. So that's a lot of fun. Next up, so this is just the FOTMob ratings. I will say this: our FOTMob rating for our team, like as a team, like we are very high overall, which was a little bit surprising. I was looking at it last night. I was a little surprised.
I was looking at that too, Aaron. I feel like those ratings are a little bit generous for us.
I know, but I don't know why though. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. I don't. It's weird. We for some reason we point well with FOTMob for whatever it is. We do well with getting points from them. And then so for them, their top rated guy is Josh Timon. Ben Kamango, he's a center back, and then Ethan Galbraith, midfielder, and recently he's played at right back. So,
and here's an interesting point for you on that. Like their top ratings are literally a breath over 7.
Yep.
James McLean's rating is 7.
Right.
So
I know.
It's
what are they? I don't know what they're giving him. I don't know. I think you get big negative points for mistakes. So if you're giving the ball away or you're committing a lot of fouls or things like that, or you end up losing a lot of points on there. And I don't think we've made a ton of especially even McLean. I don't think he's made a ton of mistakes. So he's been decent lately, but.
There's two things to that. I guess we play a higher percentage football, a lower mistake type free football.
Right.
And secondly, based on these ratings, I'm super confident now we're going to win this match.
I know, exactly, right? Exactly. Make you feel good. Make you feel all warm and fuzzy. Big chances created from a player standpoint. Ji-Sung Yong, he's a winger. He plays on the left. Very creative. So he's not got. He's gotten position. He's put them into positions where they've had big chances, but the final product has been so bad for them this season that he should probably have a handful of assists and he doesn't. He should probably have 4 or 5 assists right now, and he doesn't have them. Josh Timon, their next best, and then Franco next. Of course, for us, big chances created is Lewis O'Brien, and then Windass and Longman. So that kind of just threw it in there just as a little extra stat. Now it's team stats, goals per match. So um, you see they sit at 19th. They're on 1 goal per match right now. Which that's what it says. Which is that right? It might be just over that,
Well,
right? They
it's
played
it's
20.
like 1.0.
Yeah, it'd be
something.
like 1 point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't have that right actually, but yeah.
Well, actually, it
And
would
we're
be
not much better than that.
1.05. Want
Yeah,
me to give
we're
you
not
the-
much. Yeah, we're not much higher than that. We're at 1.2 right now. So we're not scoring a ton either. But we scored a little bit better than they have. We're in 14th in the league as far as goals per match. Um, on goals conceded per match, this is where we're much better. Our defense has gotten a lot better since the beginning of the season. We're up to 7th now. So we've scored 1.2 a match and only allowed 1.2 per match. So pretty good stuff. Now they've given up. They're conceding 1.4 per match, as compared to a little over 1 scoring. So, yeah, the stats are tough because, like I said, they've changed managers, so things have changed up a little bit, and I think it's street taps. If you, if you listen to opposition fans, our football ratings is high this season, and those fabs think we get favorable ref decisions, and we pay them off. Yeah, no doubt. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to pay the refs.
Yeah, they don't get paid enough. We're just helping out.
Yeah, we're just trying to make them feel good. Then we can move on. Let's see. Okay, clean sheets. We're in 7th with 6. They are in 10th with 5. Of course, there's a handful of teams on 6. There's a handful of teams on 5. So kind of tied, but that's where we fall out. So they're not a terrible team. It's just their attacking form's been really bad at the beginning of the season. Average possession, of course, this is kind of one of those. It doesn't really tell you a ton, but it does tell you what kind of team they like to be. And to be fair, I don't think they've been as possession based since their new manager came in. And not that he wants to give the ball away a lot, but he's much more attack. When they have the ball, it's very much get it forward quick. Yeah, it's not it's not a hold on, pass it around type of offense. They like to get the ball and get going. So that when you do that, generally you have a little less of the ball. So they're in 6th with possession with 54.8%. We're in 20th with 45.8%. So of course, and like I said, possession kind of, and we dealt with this last season. We were always low as far as possession, but we were scoring a ton of goals, so it didn't really matter, especially early on last season. So, and even early this season, we weren't finishing a lot of goals, but we were creating tons of goals, tons of opportunities. So, yeah, and then.
But sorry, go back.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Interesting to note there. Have a look at Birmingham City 2nd and Wrexham 20th.
Yep.
And we're basically next door to each other.
Yeah, we're 1 point
away.
We're 1 point behind them.
Like it's what do you do with the possession? It doesn't really matter.
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's one of those things. Like, there's so many different ways to play football that there's no guaranteed right way. Like, just because you've got all the ball doesn't mean you're going to be any good. If you don't finish, you have no finished, in product, then you can have the ball all night and it doesn't matter. So moving on, I think this is my last slide as far as the comparison stuff goes. There's big chances as a team. They are dead last in the league with 25 big chances created. And I think that's been their biggest problem this season. Yeah. I do see them. I think they'll pick up on that, that the way they play. I think they're going to really start taking off. His style of play is very press, high press. I wouldn't say it's a high press, but it's when they turn the ball over, they press quickly and they try to win the ball back as quick as they can, especially in your half. They press real hard if they turn the ball over. Now they'll press. I did notice, especially against Stoke, I noticed they pressed not quite as they didn't. It wasn't like they were pressing the whole game. They kind of pressed in phases of the game. So you had if they turn the ball over in the attacking third, immediately everybody was coming forward with pressing hard, and the whole midfield was everybody was coming forward and pressing. They pressed as a team. But when they let's say a goal kick, generally they kind of press, but then they kind of fell back into a mid block, kind of like similar to what we do. It wasn't super aggressive, but then there were other times where it'd be a goal kick and they'd go right after it. So I think it would just kind of depend on the point of the game and how they were feeling. Like early on in the game, they pressed really hard, and I think they kind of tired out a little bit and let some goals in. And then in the second half, they kind of pulled back a little bit, a little more mid block, played a little better defense because when they were pressing high, they kind of got opened up at the back from what I was seeing. So, but as far as big chances, yeah, they're just not creating anything. And we've created the ninth best in the league with 46. So we're creating decent chances. We just got to finish them. I think that's been our biggest problem all season. Just not finishing our chances. I mean, everybody always screams about O'Brien not finishing the big chances he gets. And I don't know if you guys saw it. He posted on Instagram or whatever. He said something along the lines of, and somebody posted it on Twitter too. But he said presses like the presses presses like the rebellion, and but shoots like a stormtrooper. So it was pretty funny. I was glad he got a laugh out of it. I hope he's laughing about it anyway. I hope he wasn't like, fuck you guys.
Here's a question for O'Brien. How many goals would you expect from him in a season?
Well, here's the thing. He's never been a big scoring player. Like he's never.
Did you say for a season, Paddy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In our current setup, I'd say, maybe 10.
Okay.
Like 8 to 10 for a whole season.
And
in our current setup.
I don't think
that's what he suits.
Yeah, I don't know that he's ever scored more than 5 in a season though. That's the thing. Like he's not scored. He's not a big scoring. Like he's never been a big scoring player. So I'm just going to go through his as far back on his stats, as far back as it goes. The season he played with Bradford City in 2018-2019, he scored 4 goals. That's his most goals in a season.
What about the 8 for Huddersfield?
Where's that at?
The year before, the year later, 2022. 19 to 22. Oh, sorry, that's 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's 3 years together. He scored, and he scored the first year at Huddersfield 2, and the next season 3, the next season 3, then 1. Of course, some of these were short loans, so he wasn't going to score a ton anyway. So like the Nottingham Forest, I think it was like he played 17 games, scored 1. DC United 19 games, scored 1. Middlesbrough 25 games, scored 0. LA, he scored 1 in 18 games. Then Swansea last season, he scored 1 in 16 games.
I guess for me, Paddy, I'd like to see him with like 12 assists.
Yeah, be more creative.
I want the finishers to be in our current setup, the Broadheads and Moores and Windasses of this world, with him supplying them with. I can't remember the last time we saw someone pass a ball to a player so he had a shot at an open goal.
Yeah.
I just can't remember it.
Okay. I'm trying to justify O'Brien because there's been a lot of negativity about him lately, and this is why I'm kind of asking the question. So as he's an kind of an attacking mid for our system.
Mm-hmm.
How many would we preferably want from him? So I went back. I've just gone back to last season and had a look at Ollie Rathbone.
Yeah.
He played 48 matches, so that's obviously a couple of cup matches in there as well.
Yeah.
But how many goals and assists do you think he had last season?
Pretty sure he finished on 8 goals, and
He
then
did.
I don't remember the assists.
3.
Yeah.
So that's 11 goal contributions, with most of it being goals.
And what's interesting with him too is he wasn't known as a goal scorer either. Coming into last season, he wasn't a goal scoring type player, and then Parkey pushed him into that role, and turns out he could score. You know what I mean? When we gave him the chance. So, yeah, I think that's what you would want. I mean, from O'Brien this season, especially playing the way when we were playing him in that 10 role in the box midfield. I think you would want him to score some goals. You know what I mean? And he scored. He started out okay, and then just kind of fell off. And I think he's lost some.
Well, for half a season, he's on 3 goals and 2 assists.
Yeah.
So that actually is not too bad.
That's far off. Yeah.
Now I know he's got a lot of really good chances that he probably should have converted, but
he should have 8 goals already.
But in the grand scheme of what you would want him to do across a season, he's just kind of 1 goal behind.
Yeah.
Where you might find to be acceptable. So it's just an interesting thing to have a quick look at.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I completely agree with that. I think what he brings, the energy he brings in our midfield too, is awesome. I know we had talked about this, of course, when Rathbone got hurt over the summer. We didn't get to see him with each other. And so, but I know, I'm pretty sure me and you talked about this, Patty. We talked about him and Rathbone are very much a similar. We see them as a similar type of player, you know, and especially where we're playing him, I could absolutely see Rathbone playing that role, which is interesting because in the article that came out today, talking about where Parkey was talking, it was kind of thrown in at the end. They didn't quote Parkey as saying it, but I'm assuming it had to have came from Parkey. They quoted, or they said that Rathbone's expected to start this weekend, which I thought was surprising because I didn't, being that he's just coming off in, you know, he's been injured, and I thought that was surprising. And I'd be curious if he does start, where does he start, and who else starts with him? That, I think that's an interesting topic. Actually, if you want, I can bring up the.
If he plays, I hope he wears gloves.
Hope he wears gloves. Let's see here. Let me add that. I can bring up the tactical board. So I've kind of got it set up. I set it up for what I thought we were going to do. Oh, wait. Nope, wrong one.
If anyone in the chat doesn't get that joke, you need to join our Discord.
Where's that? There it is. Boy, it's raining hard outside right now. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's pouring down rain. It's crazy. Okay. All right. Here we go. So, this was kind of what I thought we'd get on the weekend. I thought we'd get. I really thought the only change would be Sheaf back in the midfield, and everything else would probably stay the same. But if Rathbone's going to start, where do you think he would start? And would we change it? Would we not play the box midfield and maybe play the the more traditional like this, and maybe say Dobson goes out and Rathbone comes in?
Yeah.
Or does he just swap? Is he a straight swap for O'Brien? You know what I mean? It's if Rathbone's starting, it'd be interesting to see how we go about that. To me, because I'll tell you what, that's a pretty attacking midfield, really.
It is, and I wonder if Parkey will see this match as an opportunity to attack a bit more.
Yeah.
Because if we can score 2 goals, we're likely to win the match.
I like that lineup.
Yeah.
And 2, maybe it's also a way to maybe make up for the last Welsh match. Because he got hammered so badly after it.
Yeah.
And I know he followed it up with Coventry and kind of saved himself a lot.
Right, yeah.
But this is kind of potentially another match where he can, go out there for the fans and do something interesting. Because I do think with this match being treated by a derby, by at least our fans, whether their fans do or not, because they all have their own Welsh derby. If we go out and lose, but die on our sword fighting to score, I think the fans will be happier with that. This is not the match where you want to meekly kind of grab a draw,
Yeah.
I definitely think there's a lot of fans out there that would prefer to lose by 1 goal, having absolutely given everything to try and win it.
Yeah. No, I thought about this. If he did this, kept Dobson in, and then you could leave, and that's our League One midfield. That's literally the midfield that got us promoted. I don't think he'll do that. I really don't. But
we will see that midfield at some stage this season, though.
We may. I mean, there's a good possibility that could end up out there. I do think Sheaf makes it back in this weekend, though. He's had a week. He's had a week. Oh gosh, sorry. But this wouldn't surprise me because I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's. I don't think Dobson did anything wrong to be dropped. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any strong shout to say he needs to come off.
Well, and we got another week between this game and our next game, so it's not like we need to,
right?
Conserve someone.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, yeah, I don't know.
We then get into that tight run of games, though.
Yeah, and we're gonna be using everything. It's gonna be, it'll be interesting. And I know they had the conversation the other day. Parky was talking about a midfielder, playing out wide. I mean, I'll be honest. I think if you're playing a midfielder out wide, I don't think he's gonna play on the right. I think it'll be on the left. And so,
who is it?
For me, it's O'Brien.
That
makes the most sense to me. He's a left footer. He's a good passer, and then all of a sudden this midfield doesn't make it makes a little bit of sense actually. You play Rathbone here.
Does Thomason come in to help O'Brien out instead of Rathbone?
Could maybe maybe it's this maybe.
I was going to say I'm not convinced that Rathbone's going to start.
I found that crazy to me. I thought there's no way he starts, but I mean they put that in the article. I mean I assume they heard it from somebody.
And interest. Well, do you know what? The image for this week's match has been going around, and they used that.
I know.
But the obvious answer to that is, well, he scored in the last match.
Yeah. Right.
So that's why you would use it, not because he's starting the next match, but because he did something spectacular in the last one.
Yeah.
And I absolutely think bringing Rathbone in for maybe close to 30 minutes, with the extra minutes as well at the end, that would be a solid time to come in and just see how he is then with the rest of the team, and then maybe start him, because like you said, you're potentially going to need him to cover in the next couple of matches once you start that Christmas New Year rush.
Yeah.
So, but if you put O'Brien out on the wing, you absolutely, I think, make room for Rathbone to at least get minutes.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have O'Brien there. So Thomason is in, and Thomason can switch with Rathbone or whichever.
No, I don't think he'll do that tomorrow. I think McLean, because we've had the week, I think McLean gets it tomorrow. You know what I mean? I don't think he'll do it until he has to. But at some point, I mean, he seemed like they plan on doing it. They're gonna move a midfielder out there.
Yeah. Just on O'Brien out in that wing, even if O'Brien doesn't have an amazing cross, and I know it's his correct side for crossing in, so he should be able to do it.
Right.
But it isn't the way O'Brien just magically ends up in the box. The perfect kind of style of player to have out on that wing, to run past defenders and to just be passing the ball in, even if he's not crossing it in. He can just run into the box and run past players. He's not afraid to do it.
No, and the way the engine he's got on him, I mean, he'll run all match. So I don't think that'll be an issue. I think it might actually work out really well. But it'll be interesting to see if and when they do it, how they pair him up with the midfield. What does the midfield look like if he's out there? I would have said, I think this you probably do have Thomason in that 8 role, and so they can play off each other.
And we have spoken about Maka coming on later, being the substitute, and they've not been doing it because they've been using Longman to cover that role. But if you're starting with O'Brien for 60 minutes, and this could absolutely be a case where you start O'Brien and you say, right, we're going to try this. You need to run your ass off, get to your defense, and when you get the ball, just go for it, attack people. I'm taking you off early because I'm going to put Maka on. And they both know it. You know, Maka, you're coming on late to finish it out. And O'Brien, you're going to go on and run your ass off in this position to see if this works.
We'll see. After this game, we have 4 games in 9 days. So we're going to see changes in those games. This game, this Swansea game, could just be more of a traditional style.
Yeah, I think it will be. I don't think this game will be nothing crazy. I think you'll get McLean. I was just throwing out the Rathbone thing.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. It was in the article. I would assume he doesn't start though. I would assume it's O'Brien and Dobson. Myself, I think that for me, the only change that I could see would be Sheaf. Sheaf coming in.
Well, I think I said it yesterday with John. Like, you know, if I had to pick our best 2 players in our team right now, it's Hyam and Sheaf.
Oh, he's frozen.
Yeah, last game, Dobson. Oh, did it freeze?
He froze there for a second.
Did I freeze? Sorry. I'm wondering if it's raining. It's raining really heavy right now, so I wonder if it's affecting things. But yeah, we should be good though. But yeah, I think we'll have something like that though.
Okay. Well, this probably is a good time. I might jump out, boys, because I've got a hard out. So I'll jump out now and let you boys transition into something else.
All right, cool.
We'll see you all tomorrow for game day. I'm excited. You boys doing the build-up?
I will be at work, so I won't be able to. I don't think. Okay. What time will it be? Yeah, I have to double check the start. I don't think I'll be able to though, depending on time. We'll see.
No, fair enough. Yeah, I wasn't bad enough in my last watch along to never get another start. I've been given a second go. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I am excited. I've tipped a draw. I really hope we can win. At least I feel like you've given me some hope, Aaron, so far today with these stats and the way things are.
Hey.
So I'm a little bit more hopeful that you two boys are going to catch up on me. And by the way, how is your footy tipping going just quietly?
I mean, I'm just plugging away at it.
I'm going to have to manipulate some more numbers.
I heard you guys talking smack about my picks last night, saying how awful they were, and somehow they were just happening. And I was completely lucky. I heard, especially the blue bastard, I heard him talking.
There may be some adjustments, some mathematical adjustments made by me at some stage if things continue like this. But anyway, boys, look,
I'm too lazy to check, so
You boys finish off Tack Fortitude, and I will see you later.
See you, buddy.
Take care, Ken.
Bye.
All right, cool. Was there anything else with the tactical board you wanted to look at, Patty, or are you good with that?
No, I'm good if you want to move on, yeah.
All right, so let's pull this
Do we
out.
prefer this better now that Ken is gone?
I don't know. What's everybody like that?
In the chat, is this one better or normal?
Yeah, it's different. I don't mind it. It seems like it makes the board bigger, so it might help with viewing, especially if you're on a smaller device viewing it, you know? But, okay.
I'll leave it at this for a minute then. We see.
All right, we'll leave it like that. All right, well, let me pull up. Let me drop this. And then I've got another slideshow I kind of put together. I didn't have as much time as I wanted to. I was doing it today. I think Ken wanted to go a little earlier, so I didn't have quite as much time to do all the stuff I wanted to do, but it gives us some interesting things to talk about. Oops, hold on. Let me hit the wrong button there. Jeez. Here we go. All right. Just gets loaded. Oh, here we go. All right. Okay. Wingback worries. And so basically all I did here was I just I listed each of our wingbacks, how many games they've played, how many minutes they've played, and then just what our win and loss record is with them starting.
Okay.
So not just games they played, but their starts.
Yeah.
And then what I wanted to do, I wanted to get a little more deeper than that and talk about, okay, pairings. How have these two done together? How I didn't get that deep into it. So we can talk about that though as we go. So we'll start off with James McLean. So he started 9 games. He's played in 15. He's got 820 minutes. And the win-loss record with him starting is 1 win, 5 draws, 3 losses. He has 0 goals but 2 assists. So he's getting a little bit. He's got 2 assists, but overall, the team doesn't seem like it functions as well with him starting, or with only 1 win. That's not great. That surprised me actually too.
Well, you don't bury the lead anyway, do you?
Yeah, no, right. So yeah, I didn't quite expect that stat to be that way, especially when you see some of these other ones. So Ryan Barnett, he's only started 4. He's played in 11. He's got 396 minutes. When he started, we've got 0 wins, 1 draw, and 3 losses. Again, 0 goals, 0 assists. All this is league stats too. None of this is cups or anything, because he did. He played in some of the cup games and had some wins. But as far as our league matches, this is how that's gone. So not great. Obviously. So between those two, when they've started, then we've only gotten 1 win. That's not great stuff. So Kikache, he's only played in 7 games. He's got 5 starts, 484 minutes. But we'll look at the win-loss record. We've won 3 of those games, drawn 1, and lost 1. That's a lot better. and when you think about some of the game he lost, the only game he lost was the Southampton game, which he came off the pitch before they scored. So he came off the pitch before they scored, which I thought was interesting also. No, he doesn't have any goals or assists.
Yes.
So he's not but the team plays better
when he's there.
When he's playing.
Yeah. Because he makes the pass to the player who gets the assist.
Exactly.
Is what he's doing. Yeah.
It just, the team works better when he's in it. It just does.
And with these stats, as you were saying, you can dig a little deeper. What would be interesting there is how many goals and how many for and against while they were on the pitch.
While he was on the pitch, There's a lot more I could do with this, and like I said, I didn't have time to quite dig into it as far as I wanted to. But I was going to do a little more today. If we'd have went at our normal time, I'd have got a little more of that, but that's okay. So now let's go to East Kabore. So he's played 10 games. He started all 10 of them. He's got 847 minutes. He's got, to his name, 4 wins, 5 draws, 2 losses. So not unbelievable, but not terrible either. But he's also got 3 assists. But I think he creates so much havoc for the other teams. I think we do play when you think about it. Wait, I've got that math ain't mathing. I've got an extra game there somewhere, don't I?
That's 11, yeah.
Yeah, that's 11. So either I've got to get that wrong, or there's an extra game there somewhere. I'd have to double check probably it's in the win losses, because I was doing it in a hurry. I was literally doing it before we did the show, right before it came on. So I'm sure I fucked that up. That's my bad. So somewhere there's an extra one, but probably in the draws column. But he is. We do play better though when he's in, and you can see it. And then what I thought was interesting, when I did get a look at, because they've only started 3 games together, Kabore and Kakache, and one of them was what I thought was our best performance of the season, which was Coventry. The other game was Oxford, which we also won, but we ended up getting a red card late, so it ended up only a 1-0. Yeah. But I think without the red card, that game finishes probably won that 2-0 or better. We looked very comfortable in that game, I thought, until the red card. And then the third game was Portsmouth, which was a draw. So with the 2 of them together, it's 2 wins and a draw.
Yeah, I just checked it for you. It's 4-4-2 for the win-loss.
4-4-2. Okay, all right, my bad. Yeah. But yeah, that's what's up there. But still, that's we got 4 wins, 4 draws, and only 2 losses when he started. And then Ryan Longman, who's played most of the games for us, I actually was surprised. I thought he'd have more losses.
Yeah,
and actually it's not bad. And I kind of I've felt that way. Like, he gets a lot of stick, I feel like. And I don't think he's that bad. Like, I don't think he's near as bad as people say he is. Like, I see a lot on X, especially on X. He gets a hammering sometimes. And I'm like, I think of the 3 that we have healthy right now, he's easily the best one. And he plays both sides. Half of those games he's playing on the left side. That'd be an interesting way to break down. I haven't broke that down.
And
where's he played at?
Is he the only one to score?
Might be. Yeah, I think he is actually.
Or did Maka score one as well?
I don't think anybody else. I can go back through here and see. No. Yeah, he is. He's the only one of the 5 that scored. So, yeah, and 1 assist, 1 goal. Now, you'd like to think maybe you get a little more assists, but if you remember, in the big chances created, he was our 3rd highest in creating. So he's creating chances. They just weren't getting finished, so he wasn't getting the assist. So, yeah, I think Longman's been actually pretty good for us. So, for me, if he's a backup, I think that's fine. I don't have a problem with him being the backup. Yeah. But I think, as you can see, when you go back up through there and you see what Maka, to be fair to him, has been really good, I think, defensively here lately. The problem is, and me and you talked about this when we watched the game the other day, he starts so deep. He plays so deep compared to where a Kakache would play. You know what I mean? So he's late getting forward, and I think it hurts a lot of our counterattacks, because we don't have that wing back getting forward and playing up wide, and able to cross balls in and be an outlet, on a counter. Sometimes our counters fizzle out because he's not there. It's just pace, he just doesn't quite have the pace. He's a fantastic. He does really well for what he can do. You know what I mean? He knows what he can do, and he tries to play to his strengths. But that also means he knows that he's got to play a little deeper defensively, or he's going to get burnt.
You can see that the way he marks players. Once they're
Yeah.
on the move on the wing, he can never take the ball off them because he sits that extra pace away so that he can react when they move. So he can get on a block sometimes. And that's what he's doing, and he does come in at the best of his abilities to counter somebody else's run, when he maybe wasn't necessarily marking that person or whatever. So he absolutely does his best in defense, but you can tell by the way he's playing that he's not comfortable that he can keep up with these players. He doesn't want to get toasted on a run where he's 3 or 4 paces behind someone and he's completely lost his man. So he's adjusting his play style to do it.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Matt White. Longman plays what I refer to as a prevent defense. He leans more defensive than offensive for sure. And that may be true. But actually what's funny is he wasn't when we brought him in, he was a winger. He wasn't a defensive player. He was a winger in the championship, which I think may kind of show that maybe that's why he wasn't so highly rated, is because he's just not that great of a winger. He's not, what I mean? But as a wing back, I think he does really well defensively. Usually, and he's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. Longman's not perfect, but this just shows, that he's a good player. He does okay. Compared to when you look at that, and then you go back and look at Barnett, and I hate to pick on Barney, but he's started 4 matches and there's no wins and a draw and 3 losses. When Longman's played he's played 19 games, started what was it? Go back. Started 14 matches and only got 2 losses in those 14. I think that says a lot. I mean, I hate that for Barney. I love Barney.
It does, and you can tell by Longman that he is more comfortable attacking defenders, and he tries, and he takes shots. He tries to run around players, but I think you can tell with Longman that he's just that one pace off what he needs to be.
Right.
You look at him and say, yeah, he was better than this when he was playing in the championship previously.
Yeah.
His little burst of speed is just not there when he really needs it. But you can see the confidence from having been able to do it before.
Yeah.
Barney has none of that, unfortunately. He's not confident at being at the championship level. His little step over tricks don't work here. And it's very easy to read it because that's all he's ever done. And the only thing that stands for Barney is he has a fantastic cross in. Yeah. And the players who knew exactly where to be to get on the end of those crosses are gone.
Yeah.
And Barney doesn't play enough with them.
I think
maybe
the problem,
for them to know.
I think the problem he's having now is, he's got a fantastic cross. He's struggling to get his cross off now.
Well, that's one
because
part, yeah.
It is kind of so one-dimensional. You know what he's going to do. It's going to be step over, and I'm going to try to knock it past you and then whack it. And the defenders in the championship, a lot of them are so good that they can deal with that, and they stop his crosses.
Yeah, and another problem with his crosses as well, even if he does get them off, if he does that pause maneuver he does where he just stops for a second and then he runs and tries to outpace you, if he does that and can get the half yard he needs, crosses the ball in, that extra time he has taken to do that, all the other defenders are back. Everybody's in the box then, often. So it's not just getting it in early and quick and getting it to a loose body. It's now you're sending it into traffic, which can also be a big problem. So,
oops, wrong way. This one, though, I thought was, when I saw that, when I looked at those results, I was like, holy cow. I didn't realize that he really was a big difference for us, Kikache.
Yeah.
He does change things for us. we need him back. We need him back.
Yeah, it's interesting looking at these numbers. It does make me more confident that I expect our results to maybe improve if
They will.
if he comes back on the left and then Longman starts on the right.
Yeah.
As a general, I think it will have
Yeah.
lifted the team a bit before we have Kabore come back as well.
Yeah. Here's my other thing. I still think I would, for me, I still think we need, in January, I'd like to see us go after one for each side. And basically, I think if Longman is our 5th choice wingback, and knowing that he can play either side, and he's our 5th choice, I think that puts us in a very good position.
Yeah,
assuming we're bringing in players that are better than Longman.
Yes.
And because of course Kabore, we don't know long term whether he's going to be here. I'd love to see us go after him. I mean, I know I posted there was a thing came out last week that City were looking to move on some players at the end of this season, and he would be one of them. And he'll have interest from a lot of places. He's played a lot of places. He's played in Europe, different leagues. So he'll have plenty of interest. I would like to see us get him. He does seem like he was enjoying playing here. You know what I mean? It really looked like he was genuinely enjoying playing for us. The crowd really took, the fans took to him, and I think he took to the fans. So it makes me feel like there's a chance we could get him if we can, put up the right offer. I don't know what they're going to want for him. I can't imagine they're going to want a massive amount,
I wouldn't think so.
But I think we could get him. I think we could certainly get him. So that'll be interesting to see how that one turns out. But I would like to see us eventually, and maybe we can't get it done in January. Maybe we only bring one in, but we need to at least bring in probably a left wing back in January, I think, if you're being honest. And I think Parkey kind of, I don't know that he meant to. I think he kind of let that cat out of the bag too. There was an interview he was given, and he was talking about the wingback situation, and he was saying he basically said, we've got issues. I don't know word for word, so I'm paraphrasing here, but it's basically to the point of we know we've got issues at wingback, but we can't do anything about it until January. So the fact that he said it makes me think he plans on doing something about it in January. So,
well, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I think anybody can look at this team right now, and he said exactly what I think too. He said, really, in other areas of the pitch, we're fine. We've got cover. Yeah. We're okay. I know everybody wants to see us bring in another striker. I don't think it's the end of the world if we don't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I don't think we need to. I think it'd be cool to. It'd be good if we can, because I think, and you listen to the interviews that Sean gave about, he thinks it's a 3 transfer window job. Well, this is the second of those 3. So I would assume that they're gonna look to make moves in January. So let's see, what's this? I'm trying to understand this question. How do free agents come
and play now?
Play right now outside of January?
We have no space left.
Oh yeah, we can't. Yeah, because we don't have it. But if we did have a free space, you could sign a free agent, and they would just take that last spot, and they could play a free agent as long as they were a free agent before the window closed. You can sign that player to come in and play. I think that's one issue. I think that Owen O'Connell kind of got caught up in that. I think he wasn't. I think he was still part of the team before the window closed, and so when they released him, he couldn't sign for somebody right away, or he couldn't play for anybody right away. He could have signed, but he couldn't have played. He couldn't be registered. So I'm sure he'll get a good move in January. I know there was some clubs in Scotland that I saw rumors that he was being floated for some clubs in the Scottish Prem, and then I think there might have been some League One teams interested too in him. But yeah. So let's see what else we got. Everyone from people's we need to get some wing backs. Yeah, no doubt for sure. Yeah, I think for me that's the most important thing in January is at least a left wing back. At least a left wing back. Because if you get Kabore back, if you got Kabore and you've got Longman on the right, I'm okay with that. Now, I know we got to get through January before we get Kabore back, but I think we can get through the end of the season with those two on the right. But I think in the summer you'd want to bring in another right. Assuming you sign Kabore permanently, I think then you want to make Longman that fifth choice. I think that would be for me, ideally Longman is your fifth choice. Barney maybe goes on loan or gets a permanent move. I think there's been rumors that Macca's probably going to get a loan deal or something to who is it, Derry, I think, in Ireland. I believe. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with those. But those, that depends on if we can get the guys in January. And January is notoriously hard for getting players in. So
yeah, it's not an easy answer for which wing do you upgrade either. Yeah. Because I know you may not get a choice, so that might just answer your question for you.
Right. Yeah.
Is who is available at a decent price, who you want in the first place. But yeah, Kabore obviously will be out longer, could be out for a section of January, which is not great. So that needs to be upgraded. But if we want to keep Kabore, I would like to sign him in January.
Yeah.
And know we have him, maybe. If we could get a good deal, because he's coming back off injury. Yeah. So it better be a decent deal. Otherwise, you say, well, we have to wait till the summer and see what happens. Yeah. In his position, you could potentially take a young player and hope that he stays fit, Kabore, for the rest of the season, because we think he's good enough.
Yep.
So, and of course, loans are the in-between.
Yeah.
Loans want to play. Loans want to play.
Yeah, that's true. I'll tell you one that I think I would love to get. I think would be a fantastic player on the left, especially with Kikache's injury record. I think Harry Amass at Wednesday. He's at Sheffield Wednesday right now. Wednesday. He's on loan. He's on loan at, or he's from Man United. If we could get him on loan till the end of the year, I think that'd be a great move.
Okay, but he's playing every minute available at Sheff Wednesday.
Yeah.
So would he come here, and is the assumption he's going to take over from Kikache, even if he's fit?
Well, we don't know what Kikache's injury.
He's back on the grass,
but he's been he's been in and out of the team last fall. So
okay, but we bought him. He's ours.
Yeah, right. Fair.
So we have to assume we want to play him. So this is the problem with loans, is you have to convince the loan player and his home team that you're going to play him. Now, if Kikache is fit, and if he is just a bit better than Amass at the moment, even though maybe Amass is going to be better in the future, are you going to sit Kikache and play Amass even if Kikache is better?
Okay, let me throw this out there. If Amass is as good as I think he is, and he can play at a similar level to Kikache, and we know Kikache's got the injury issues, doesn't it make sense to rest Kikache, especially when we get 3-game weeks? We get plenty of them. We get a lot of 3-game weeks in the championship. So, yeah, he won't play as many minutes as he's getting at Wednesday, but he'll be playing with better players, which that for United, they're going to want to move him to a better team. Yeah. They want him developing with better players, with a higher quality player. Because right now he's playing with, let's be honest, it's Sheffield Wednesday's under 19s for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have a lot of options there right now. And then they're about to lose. I think that they're losing. I've heard this today. They're losing 2 players to the AFCON. Of all teams, Sheffield Wednesday is losing 2 players to the AFCON. Like, they can't afford to lose any players. You know, I mean, they don't have
Going
any
down anyway,
players.
so who cares?
Right, I know, but it's just God,
Yeah.
you feel horrible for them because they're having enough problems just fielding the team, let alone losing players to go to AFCON. Um, so yeah, that's where they're at with him, and his loan does finish with Wednesday too, so it would be a new loan. They only signed him on a half season loan. It wasn't a full season loan, so he's going back to United no matter what. And if I'm United, I want to get him out on a different loan. And of course, there was the talk that from Ruben Amorim. Of course, we talked about this a little bit Monday about him saying that he's struggling down at Wednesday, and I kind of threw out there. I don't know that he meant that he personally was struggling because obviously he's not. He's playing really well. I wonder if it's because the team is so bad. That's why he said that, and it just kind of came out wrong. I thought that was a possibility, and John kind of agreed that he kind of thought the same thing when he heard it, that maybe it was just more of a lost in translation a little bit than actually he thought he wasn't doing well.
It could very well be. It could be he just doesn't like being down there. The team around him just isn't strong enough. He's trying to carry everybody on his shoulders as best he can with a couple of other players who are all trying to keep the team going, but they can't win because the whole team isn't good enough. You can struggle with just losses again and again and again. That'll get you down if you're the best if you're the best player on the team or one of them, and you keep losing and losing because the rest of the team aren't good enough. That'll get you down. That'll make you struggle.
Okay, so we can't loan Hardy. Well, how long's he out for? Has anybody said? Do we know how long his kind of injury?
No, it didn't appear. It was It was a small knee injury that does not require surgery.
Okay, so it could be a couple weeks. I mean, it may not.
Yeah, I would say by the sounds of that, up to like 4 weeks.
Yeah,
but
he can still make a move at the end of January. I mean, there's no reason. And here's the thing, I could see him going permanently. I don't know if it'll be a loan.
The only thing it kind of does is it hurts the transfer value.
Yeah, for sure. It will.
Coming back off an injury.
Depends on the injury too. I mean, I think that
a little bit. Yes, it does.
Yeah, I mean, if it's just a knock, especially if it's like he took a kick to the knee, it was just more soreness than it is he damaged anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It may not be that big of a deal. Just
so
depends.
Can we sell him by the end of January? Probably. Yeah. Can we loan him by the end of January? Probably. And even if he still hadn't played and was like back on the grass almost, it just means the value goes down. Even with loans, I guarantee you there are some teams out there that would happily take him and know that they can't play him for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
If they got a good deal. If they got someone of his value with very little wages or what have you, you know what I mean? Guaranteed they'll take you.
Yeah. So let's see. What's this? We should save more buying Kabore after injury than we lose selling Hardy after injury. Maybe. Possibly.
There's not much to lose on Hardy. No. Anyway, we got him for 700k, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because of a release clause, he's worth a lot more than that.
Yeah.
I still expect us to actually make a profit on him.
I think so.
Even if it ultimately is only a small one now. But yeah, I think we'll get out of it pretty easily if Hardy wants to go and if it's mutual with the team.
Mm-hmm.
We're willing to let you go because it's obvious we're not really having you in our plans for first team. So we'll take a few quid, we'll move you on, you'll be happy, we'll be happy. Yeah. Sorry about the problems, didn't work out.
Yep, didn't work out. That's the thing. Like I don't see I don't see the reason in being upset with that. I don't see it as a bad thing at all. And I don't see us losing money on the deal either. I don't think there's a chance we lose money on the deal. We
got him at such
and here's the
value.
thing, and here's the thing, there's a lot of teams interested.
Yeah.
And there's teams in League One that would pay more than what we paid for him. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I
So
wouldn't be
now
surprised
whether
if a
he's
League
not
One team
obvious,
$1 million. Yeah.
he probably doesn't want to drop to League One, but
Yeah.
we know there's
But the
three or
point
four
is valid.
there's 3 or 4 championships teams interested. There's teams in League One that would pay more than what we paid to get him down
get him.
there. You can't tell me that Huddersfield wouldn't drop $2 million or $1.5 million to get him down there. They guarantee they would. You know what I mean? Because they can afford it. There's teams down there that can afford it. They can spend a decent chunk of money. So I'd be surprised if we didn't double our money on him, to be honest, because I think he's worth that. I think he's worth somewhere between 1 and 2. I think personally. I don't think he'd be worth any more than 2, but I think if you had enough teams interested, you might be able to get 2 for him if you had, drive up the bargain. But we've not done that. We haven't seen us do that yet. I would like to see us make some money on a player for once. Seems like we let everybody walk for nothing. But here we go. Mo Fowl come and save the day. Oh, Mo. I wonder how he's doing. I've not checked on him.
He's not doing great.
Not well. That's
No.
disappointing. Disappointing for him. Would have liked to seen him play well, but that was always one that I think that was a player. Yeah. Honestly, had the Michael Smith move happened, would we have ever signed Mo Fowl? No chance. You know what I mean? I don't think there's a chance that we signed Mo Fowl last summer if we'd have been able to get Michael Smith off of Wednesday. So,
yeah.
I think it was cover. I think he brought him in for cover, and then we just ended up never really needing him.
Brought him in for cover, and maybe the hope of training him up.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
a Palmer type replacement.
Right. Yeah.
And look, it just didn't work out. If we had remained in League One, things may have been very different for Fall.
Yeah, he probably would have went out on loan
at the time. Yeah, he wouldn't have gone on loan. He'd still be training up with the team to do the job that we want in the Palmer role and see how it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
And just because it kind of references quite well, we paid roughly the same for O'Brien and Fall.
Let's see. What happens if Moore gets injured? Is it
we're screwed?
Windass and Smith. Who's their backup? I think it's Smith right now, unless we get somebody in January. Here's the thing. Smith doesn't quite do what Moore can do. We know that.
Yeah.
But Smith can. We can tweak the offense a little. We tweak the way we attack a little bit to play a little more to his strengths. We did it last season. We did it the second half of last season.
Yeah.
He scored 8 goals for us in the second half, I think. There's nothing wrong with that. He can do it. He can score goals for us. If God forbid, if something happened to Moore and we started Smith the rest of the season and he got 8 goals, I'm not going to be upset. I wouldn't be super upset with that.
Yeah, but that, of course, becomes easier if we have our 2 wingers.
Right.
Because they open up those options of playing through the middle and playing along the ground instead of playing high. So, we need a few things to work together. But I think that was always the plan with Parky anyway, that once he has the base form of the team, he's going to start working on other ways of attacking and other functions, formations with the team, but he hasn't had the opportunity this entire first half of the season.
I know. The injuries have killed us, like we've said this 100 times. You're not going to convince me that he brought in Josh Windass and Nathan Broadhead and didn't plan on playing them at the same time. There's no chance. Yeah. There's no chance he brought those 2 in and thought, we're not going to play them together. It's just worked out to where he just hasn't really been able to. Now if you've noticed the last few matches, we've had stretches of the game where he's got those 2 in together, and to be honest with you, been some pretty good stretches in games for us. I would like to see us start with that, but I don't think he's quite there yet. I think he probably wants. I wonder if he was worried a little bit defensively.
Yeah,
whether we could,
he needs to go that
attacking. I think so too.
Yeah.
I think that's the one. Be interesting to see if we go back in for Jordan James in January. He's on
Yeah,
loan at Leicester. On loan at Leicester. Rin can recall him.
apparently he can't.
Can't recall him.
Supposedly, it's a loan to buy clause.
But I think they can recall him though.
Maybe. Look, it's hard to know exactly,
Because
but
there was
John is absolutely adamant that there isn't a recall clause and that there is a value that they have to buy him for at the end of the season unless they say no. And that's part of the reason that he kind of went to them. So I don't think he wants to come to us.
He might not.
Maybe not. But I don't know how things change if we offer to buy. You know what I mean? Instead of a loan recall or whatever, there could
that's what I'm
be
saying. Like not that we would get him on loan. I think
but I'm just saying that may actually break that may be a clause.
Well, I know there's other teams in it. Well, the reason why he's been linked with a few other teams recently. So like they're trying to get him. So if any of that's true, then he can be got. Being that they're in France, there's not a lot of money in French football. If they can sell him, they will sell him. I think they probably, for whatever reason, the move didn't work out with us. I think the rumors that were going around at the time were it was agent issues. And he probably thought, well, if I go to Leicester, I got a better chance of going up. Probably wasn't sure that we would stay up. I want to make a move to Wrexham? Then they get relegated. Which is
okay.
We
get it. Yeah, we proved we're not going to get relegated, right? But have we proved enough to a player of his stature? Maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. Yeah. And then again, like you said, John may be right. He may not be gettable until the summer.
It would be a big move.
Yeah.
If you could get him.
Yeah.
And who knows if he's gettable when you also tell him we're also getting these other two players.
Yeah. Right.
We're not fucking around here. You saw what we did in the summer. We bought in 12.
Yeah.
We know there's areas we still need to upgrade. We're going to be upgrading again next summer. So if we don't do it this year, then we will be doing it next year. But with your help and with this other player's help who we're bringing in, we may be able to get up there this season to a shot in the playoffs. With your help, big ego type thing. We need you as the center man focus to get us over this line, blah, 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 whatever. But who knows how big they want to go and what exactly they want to push for. But yeah, John's adamant he's sorted till the summer.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And like you said, we may not be able to get him anyway. But that would be if you had a midfield too of him and Sheaf, I think that'd be awesome. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Also, we can talk later, but I everybody in the chat here, they're talking about January. I do have a bunch of players that I've been scouting. I've been looking at the Bundesliga, even the Bundesliga 2, or I don't know how you say it in German, but
how soon do you want to get that done? Do you want to get it done before the rumors come out?
Well, I was thinking maybe do a show at some point before it opens. Before the opening of the window. So
that's basically next week, buddy.
Next week, basically. I know that's what I was saying. Like next week, or you're right around there. Or we could do a show like on. Do we got games on January 1st? We got a game January 1st. I was gonna say you do it like when it opens. I don't know. We'll have to talk about that. We can talk about it offline. But we can do a show at some point. Because I'll have time. Actually, maybe next weekend after Christmas, like Sunday or something.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, we'll have to talk about it. See what everybody else got going on. But yeah, because I've got a list. I got a big old list of players. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 players. Mostly strikers and wingbacks.
Yeah.
couple midfielders sprinkled in, I think. But yeah, there's we'll see.
If they're absolutely going for it, I would not be surprised to see another defender.
Yeah, me neither. I wouldn't either.
But it depends on how many and how much money they have, and you know whether they're absolutely going for that playoff spot or not.
No, I see, Matt. I'm not signing a whole new 11. It's literally all strikers, and there's a couple midfielders in there, and then strikers and wingbacks. Just need a top 5 right now. I can't. I can give you. Here's one for you. You guys can do some research on him. I looked him up last night or not. Ilyas Ansa. Look him up. Ilyas Ansa. I think he's an interesting player. Young guy. That's a striker. That's a backup for Kiefer.
Union Berlin.
Yep. That'd be the one.
Okay.
It's 21, 6'4". Be a big money move. But if you wanted to bring a young Kiefer Moore type, that might be the one. Be somebody like that. But yeah, he's
yeah. This would not be the first time I listed to do though.
Huh?
This
No,
would
me
not be
neither.
the first
No,
one
me neither.
on
I've
my
got-
list to do. Yeah.
So if you want to do wing backs, let's see. Who's my favorite wing back out of the group? So let's see. Trying to see which one I like the best. Dennis Serkin is a left back at Sunderland, and he's not played at all this season. He played a lot last season. He played left back for him. So that's an interesting one. Callum O'Dowda. He was at Cardiff last season. Right now he's at Ferencváros. Varos. Yeah, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. That would be an interesting one. Left wing back, Harry Mass. Obviously, we've already talked about him. Right wing back. I know we were linked in the summer with Hamza Chowdhury. He plays. He's kind of a. Right now, I think he's a backup right back at for Leicester. But the rumors is he could be going in January, and I think he's been linked pretty heavily with Sheffield United. So he may end up there. Another one. This one's interesting for me. Joe Scally. He's an American international for U.S. And he's at Mönchengladbach. So he's an interesting one. So yeah, there's a handful there. I threw some names out. So yeah, definitely be interesting. So in January, we're looking at international players like a U.S. player. I just threw you one out there, Joe Scally. Joe Scally, Marie. I think that's a right wing back we could bring in. I'd be happy with it.
Yeah, and Matt White just asked there, is the rule 21 and under don't register, or do you have to be 20 and under? The rule is you must be below 21 on January 1st of the calendar year of the season. So you must be 20 on the 1st of January for the calendar year of the start of the season.
Yeah, for the start of the season. So that means, so even though we're moving into January, it would still be January. You had to be 20 as of January 2025, not 2026.
For next season. To stay
Yeah,
out
for the end
season.
of this season, to finish this season as a under 21.
Oh, if we okay, I'll get you, because you're
So if
talking
you
about
sign
signing
one
someone
now, even though we're going into
signing one now, yes,
2026,
they have to be
it's still
below
January
21, January 1st, 25. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's a little confusing because the season runs through 2 years. So that makes it awkward sometimes, because sometimes you do get players you're like, he seems older than he should be, but it's actually okay. But yeah. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But
I
yeah,
like to
there's
quick
some
look
names.
at Dennis Sirkin, who hasn't played for Sunderland. His contract ends this next summer.
I know.
Last 6 months of a contract.
I would be very surprised if they didn't
Get a deal.
He'll go. There will be a lot of championship interest in him too.
Yeah.
So you're not sneaking that one by anybody. I'm sure there's a lot of teams. A lot of teams are looking at him right now. But it made sense. It's funny. I was looking at him, and then I looked at him like a week ago or something. I was like, oh, that's somebody we should be after. And then the second tier podcast guys did a little show the other day, and he was one of the first names they did. I think they were all over him. And there's another player they were on him too, Dan Neal. Now he's a defensive midfielder, but Dan Neal's a very good midfield player. And so I threw him on my list too. Like I said, I don't think we need a midfielder, but here's the thing though. If we're squad building, if we're looking at it as, okay, this is a transfer window and we're still trying to build a squad, if you can get a Dan Neal and drop, and it's going to sound harsh, but you take Elliot Lee out of the squad, I mean, I think that's a no-brainer, right? I mean, if you get a player that's at a high quality and has shown it at this level, I think you bring him in, for a player that we're probably not going to use anymore, and takes a spot on the, takes a spot in the 25. So I think it's just I know it's ruthless and it seems mean, but I love Elliot Lee, but I just don't think he's going to get.
He's not going to.
I don't think he's ever going to play for us. I just don't see it. There's another one, J-Rod. I mean, do we?
He needs a space if he's coming back.
Is he? I just can't imagine we keep him. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but that seems. Yeah, this guy. You know what? I don't like his attitude. Right there, this guy right here. I really don't appreciate your attitude. Should ban him. But so, I don't know. Did you see the video that I posted in our chat in the Discord? I should have had that ready. I could have played it right now. I posted a Blue Bastard video in our chat. Can you bring it up? Did you just look at it?
No, I didn't look at it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Where did you put it?
It's in the our Discord chat. Yeah, the Discord chat with everybody.
Oh yeah, okay, that is a video. I didn't press play on it. Okay, hang on.
Yeah, bring it up. It's funny. I don't have my Discord app up on my computer at the moment. What's it good?
Okay, yeah. So, how do I play this? Okay, let's try this. I think I can do it.
Let's see. Do we swap Hardy for Marriott? He's got 7 or 8 in 7 in 8 games down League One. No, I don't think we do that.
Hardy for Marriott.
Yeah.
If we keep losing, I'm becoming a Wrexham fan.
There you go, John. That's John, the Blue Bastard. Oh shoot! I used that today. I was trying to make my. I was trying to figure out the issues I'm having with Harry Allover, and so I used that real quick as a demo to see if I could get it to work. So hopefully, we'll see the return of Harry Allover soon, everybody. I think I've got things figured out, but didn't get it in time for this week's tips. But maybe next week on the tip show, you'll see some Harry Allover. But yeah, I don't know. Anything else you want to cover, Patty? Anything else we need to talk about?
Nope.
Big issues? I think the main thing, I think we've covered everything. So, I mean, because who likes blue? Red's
Let's
obviously
let's
better
see where
color.
we are at the end of the season, boy.
Yeah, John. Just wait till you fire your manager for being 14th. Oh shoot!
And bring in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Oh yeah, I love it. All right, well, yep, good stuff. Yeah, we got a full slate. Yeah, I think timing wise, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do. I was thinking I was gonna be able to do the show with you. I didn't realize Ken wasn't gonna do the pregame, but
Okay.
I so it may just be you on the pregame, buddy.
Yep. I'll have to figure something out.
Yeah,
Don't worry about
get the blue bastard on there with you. He ain't doing
it.
nothing.
Yeah. What are you up to, John?
Oh yes, there it is. Habs is on it. Habs nailed it.
That's your
Nathan Jones
bombshell.
to Birmingham. That's the one. Yes. Yes.
When he dumps Charlton and they get relegated.
I know, right? I love it. Oh, I love it. Yeah. His bluish your bluish is showing. All right, guys. I think that does it. We got a full slate of stuff tomorrow, guys. Big game. Hopefully we get a
match.
win. Should be a fun one. It'll be interesting. Hopefully we get after him and get a couple goals and make it look easy. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Just make one look easy.
One easy one.
Make it look easy. All right, everybody. We're gonna get out of here, and on that bombshell, see y'all soon.